Welcome to your Platform Q learning experience. This video tutorial will show you how to create a data sources Q object from an ERP system. We will create a data source based on a SAP ERP system. There are a couple of learning objectives that we want to achieve. The learning objectives are: what can the data sources application do? Basic understanding how to create a data sources Q object with a connected SAP ERP system. Learn how to find BAPIs via a search or debord tree. Learn how to add input parameters. Learn how to execute a data sources Q object. The creation of a data sources Q object marks the first step to work with data on Platform Q. A data source contains an original result set that is read from a source system. This data source Q object was not touched by any operation on Platform Q yet. The data sources application displays all read services from your connected ERP system. This learning video focuses on the creation of data sources from SAP ERP systems, which means we will also discuss how to retrieve data with function modules from SAP. You can access data on SAP with a business application programming interface, also called BAPI. Platform Q makes all read services transparent and its input parameters. As a user on Platform Q, you need to add the proper input parameters to run the BAPI and to create a data sources Q object. Next to BAPIs, you can also read SAP tables with the data sources application. Please read the documentation to find out how, or watch the learning video about how to read SAP tables. The link to this video can be found in the description. The following chart will help you to understand how Platform Q interacts with an ERP system and how reading function modules can be displayed. A customer may have a SAP ERP system. He's going to start to work with Platform Q. Platform Q connects with the SAP ERP system and reads the meta information first. Now, the connection is established and the actual work begins. Before you can work on the data, you need to read the data from the SAP ERP system on Platform Q. This can, for instance, be a look on a specific cost center. For this, we are going to use the BAPI cost center getList1. The creation of new data sources continues, and eventually, we also want to read SAP tables with the function module remote function call read table. Depending on the use case you want to solve and the permissions your selected source system user has, you can access the proper BAPI for your scenario. Time to jump into Platform Q to see how you can read data from a BAPI. There are two ways how to accomplish this. The first way is to search the required BAPI via the business object repository. We are going to search for the BAPI cost center getList1. Click on the data sources tile and then click on create new object. On the left side, you can see available system types that are connected with Platform Q. We are going to select the available SAP ERP system. We need to navigate through the business object repository, which can be found on the left side, beneath the system name SAP ERP. For this, we need to select the module Controlling. Then we are going to select Cost Center. Afterwards, we need to select the method. In our example, we will select getList1. On the right upper corner, you can see that we have found our BAPI cost center getList1. You can also see that one field is marked with the color red. This means that this field is mandatory and requires an input value. However, the information that this field is mandatory is also coming from the source system. Platform Q reuses already implemented information pieces for the user. We are going to add the value for the controlling area. In this case, 1000. We can also determine which results that we want to see by clicking on Result. Several results that are available for this BAPI. But we do not have to change it because we want to see the cost center list for the controlling area 1000. We set a name for this new data source and hit the Save and Execute button. After a couple of seconds, you can see a result set with all cost centers from the controlling area 1000. The usage of the business object repository requires the knowledge how to navigate through a SAP ERP function module. Some users may have difficulties to do so, or just have the name of the BAPI. In this case, you can also use the search bar to find the required BAPI. We are starting from the beginning. We are going to select the data sources tile. Then we are going to create a second Q object. Again, we are going to search for the BAPI cost center getlist1. We select the SAP ERP system, and instead of selecting controlling, we scroll down to basic RFC. RFC stands for remote function call. In basic RFC is another function called RFC, and then we need to click on remote function call. Here we can add a BAPI name, which will automatically display the semantic structure of this BAPI without navigating through the business object repository. As you can see, a familiar semantic structure will be displayed to us. Again, we add controlling area 1000 as an input parameter. We add a name to our Q object and click on the Save and Execute button to display the data. After a couple of seconds, we see the same result set again. Let's summarize what we have learned so far. The data sources application allows you to read BAPIs and SAP tables. Furthermore, the data sources Q object marks the first step to work with data from a source system on platform Q. Created data sources Q objects can be used for further processing within the business object builder and simulation workbench application, and of course other platform Q applications. Thank you very much for your attention. We hope that you have enjoyed this learning experience with platform Q.